Death Talk, episode 53. Mark, I'm correct this week. I said the correct number. Actually, I did say the correct number last week, too.
I just questioned you.
You just questioned
I don't trust
my
you.
knowledge.
Nope.
Yeah, we are here for another episode of the award-winning, incredible, mind-blowing Death Talk radio show.
Wow.
On the radio. I wish we were on the radio.
Tough.
Yeah, he made it.
We could be on the radio. No one else is.
Maybe we'll see if we can get on Sirius or something.
That'd be sick.
All right.
No, fuck internet radio.
Do you guys know anyone?
No.
All right. Well, like I said last week, I'm not doing introductions anymore, so you should just know who we are by now.
I'm Caleb.
No, you're not. You guys. So what's up?
So what's up?
What's going on?
You know, it's cold out.
It snowed a little bit last night, but it's nice and sunny.
Everyone was saying it's going to be a big storm. Everyone
I know.
leave early, and it was literally nothing.
I have snow anxiety, as Trey told me yesterday.
Really?
Yep.
From what?
Just from that one incident.
Which incident?
I've talked about this before, haven't I?
Yeah, but
Didn't you
not
say
on the
last
podcast.
episode that you were like, snow's like whatever. I'm just bad about the cold.
No, I mean I don't mind. I just don't like driving in like snowstorms because I just hate. You know what it is more than anything? I don't mind driving in the snowstorms. Like I can drive fine.
Yep.
I just hate wasting time. I feel like driving in a snowstorm is wasting my life.
Yep.
That's all. I could be more productive during that time.
I did something that wasted so much fucking time a few weekends ago, and it was very frustrating.
What'd you do?
Actually, hey, shout out to Roxy's Grilled Cheese.
What do you mean that's wasting time?
No, that's not wasting time. I'm going to say something good about Roxy's is that I tried to go there.
Visit their new location in Linfield,
Mass. If you're ever in Mass, there's one in Boston, there's one in Linfield.
Everywhere. They're like Dunkin' Donuts now.
Plus their food truck. Anyways, it's awesome.
They just opened an arcade bar thing, too.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
So I haven't been there yet. But anyways, I tried to go. We got coupons, so I tried to go to the one in Linfield on the way back to Worcester on a Saturday. Boy, was I wrong.
It was like the grand opening, though, right?
It was close. It was
Yeah.
it was maybe open for a week. There was actually a line out the door, and I couldn't go. I couldn't wait that long. But that's how good it is. So, but it felt like a waste of time
Everyone's
because
lining up.
I didn't know where it was. It took me forever to park. I finally parked. It took about an hour and 10 minutes to just get there, and then I was like, I can't wait this long and eat. So I just left, and then it was just an hour and a half gone of my life.
You
That's
didn't go in the VIP line?
Didn't go in the VIP line. If I knew it was there, we would have definitely hit that up.
If there is a VIP line, please tell us how we can skip that.
Anyways, fuck. Oh, what were you? What was
We're
your
just talking about, like,
your bad snow story?
Yeah. Oh no, nothing crazy. But there was a snowstorm a few years ago here, and we get snow quite often, so it's not really a big deal.
Was this the one where the three of us stayed too late? We had to shovel our cars out. Remember that?
I don't.
That one was pretty bad.
I don't remember. I don't think you guys were working here at the time.
Oh,
I think it was before you guys actually worked
That
here.
one was
I think
bad, too,
I could be
though.
wrong.
That took me forever to get home.
But yeah, it was just like the governor, I think, told everyone to leave by like a certain time. Like I don't remember the exact time, but let's just say it was 12 o'clock.
Yep.
So everyone left work at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it started snowing. So it was like traffic jam, and it started snowing. And the snow was like, it wasn't like the worst storm in the world ever, but it was just like, it was good enough. It like hit at the exact time to make everything the worst. It took me, I think I've added an hour every time as the years go by. I just say like it's longer and longer. But I think it took me 6 hours, but I think it might have been 8 hours. But it took me somewhere between 6 to 8 hours to get home on a 45-minute drive.
Wow.
I remember it was like daytime and it was nighttime by the time I got home.
You don't remember the storm I'm talking about, though? We were still all down on this floor, and everyone else left, and Caleb and I were both living like over an hour away at the time.
Yeah.
And I think, at least I was. And we kept being like, oh, let's wait it out. And then it was like easily a foot of snow. I had to shovel out and drive an hour and a half home. And then, like an idiot, I drove back like the next day. Like I don't know what I should have. Maybe I should have just slept here. Or something.
Now I'm just like, you know what? I can do the majority of my job at home. It's not a big deal. I'll just leave a little early. Finish up work when I get home. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna waste 2 hours for a 45-minute commute
Yeah.
You know, I could just be doing something more productive at that time.
Yeah.
So I don't do that anymore. So that's my snow anxiety. So
That
now
was-
and last night's storm wasn't even that good.
Snorm? I
Storm.
didn't know there was a snorm.
I can't talk. Last night's storm was not even that good.
Just a little
Yeah.
bit of powder.
Yeah,
Just
it
a
was
little bit of powder.
the hype was not real with that one.
No.
Just a few inches.
The roads were like wet. It didn't even stick to the
Yeah.
roads.
Come, Mother Nature. You can do better than that, right?
Oh God, don't jinx.
Yeah, you just fucked it up.
It's over now. So, yeah, snow. What do you think about it?
Can't live with it. Can't live without it.
All right, Mark. Why don't you tell everyone about the Death Wish news?
Sure.
We got a lot of it. Let's go.
Death Wish news. So the Wear Your Wounds album, we've been talking about it for a little bit now. It's still coming out on the same day, April 7th, 2017. So this year, obviously. Pre-orders are going to be soon.
You should keep your eyes on the internet next week.
Should we leak right now?
Leak.
Just keep your eyes on the internet next
Yeah,
week.
next week.
Just keep F5 the website. Is it F5 or F6? I don't remember.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I would just click refresh.
Yeah, I do Command R. I don't do the function keys. Get out of here.
Yeah. Well, next week, pay attention to the internet, and if you're interested in this, and if you're unaware, there's a song from the album called "Goodbye, Old Friend," which is on everywhere you want to listen to it. Spotify, Apple Music,
Yep.
all the jams, YouTube. So
That'll
give
be on
it
the album too. So
yeah. So give it a listen and get excited for the pre-order because it's coming out in April.
we got some good stuff. Caleb's getting it ready. He's putting it in the system, in the database.
Some
Ooh,
goodies.
right now. So, speaking of the new Wear Your Wounds song being on all of the streaming services, we have been beefing up on our streaming game.
Yeah.
So, we've mentioned before that we have a Spotify profile that you should follow, and I still think you should follow it because we're doing more playlists than we ever have before. We just put up one that's a Best of Death Wish playlist, which spans the entire life of the label, all the best songs. So
it's fire too, right?
it's straight fire.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of stuff.
Just
that I
shuffle that and just see what comes
seriously,
up. It's
shuffle it.
It's great. We have so many. We put out almost 200 records,
Yeah,
and there's just so much stuff to listen to.
so much stuff I honestly hadn't listened to before, and so much stuff that I'm reminded of. I'm like, shit, this is awesome. So give that a listen. Plus,
Even Mark hasn't heard the entire catalog.
Yeah.
And he works here.
yeah,
I don't think I've listened.
Embarrassing.
I've listened. I have to have listened to every record by now.
Probably
and every
a little
song.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've been doing staff picks for a while now. Those are new every week, and we're gonna have more select tracks playlists coming up, and
Select tracks.
more ideas for playlists Caleb's coming up with all the time. And all of these are also on Apple Music.
We're making playlists of playlists.
Correct? They are on Apple Music, right? Yeah. So you can follow us on Apple Music as well. Just search Death Wish Inc. and all the same playlists will be there, and we're going to be adding more all the time.
We're like Pimp My Ride. Making playlists inside playlists.
We heard you like
asked-
fish,
Yeah.
so we put a fish tank in your passenger seat. Okay, so yeah, follow us on both those places and stream your life away.
We have some really
you want to
cool playlists.
you want to give a little preview of what's going to be happening on there? Just a couple. Just give us one or
couple?
two. Just one or two. What do you have in
Now
mind?
I'm trying to blank. Hold on.
What do you have in mind?
I think next we're
We're
gonna
doing a Boston hardcore playlist.
Yeah, Boston Hardcore is
Yep.
probably what we're gonna launch next. And
Trey's critiquing it right now.
oh, he hates it.
And it's not just Death Wish stuff. It's like everything.
It's
We're
like
doing
8 hours.
Yeah.
Oh shit, there's another good one.
hand-picked
Up and
By-
coming.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna do an up and coming playlist. This is like
bands that you
Stuff
may
you
have
might
not
not-
heard of yet.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's a few more. I don't want to
We got some really cool stuff.
I don't
And
want to tease them yet because I'm still working on them.
these are great because like sometimes you're just like, I don't really know what I want to listen to, and these will maybe help you find something new that you
Yeah.
haven't heard yet.
If you have an idea for a playlist or something you would like to hear,
Send it in.
Send it over, please.
Yeah.
We're working on
Death Talk
wanna
at
do-
deathwishing.com.
We want to do a bunch more select tracks, not necessarily per album cycle or whatever we're releasing. We want to do more of those. So if you have anything you want to hear from, or anyone you want to hear from,
Yeah.
let us know.
If there's a certain band you'd like to make us select tracks that we haven't done for yet, that we haven't thought of yet, send it in. You guys are creative. You'll think of something.
There we go.
So,
Flowrider.
Yeah.
See if he'll do one.
Rich, what?
Select tracks. Select
In this
tracks.
news
Rich
segment,
Rossi.
you have referenced Flowrider and Pin My Ride. And I will say, yesterday in the office, you said GTL, referencing the Jersey Shore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo,
what
bro,
does that
you
mean?
GTL, gym, tan, and laundry.
Everyone needs a Michael Scott.
Laundry.
You wish you were as cool as
I
Michael
wish I
Scott.
was. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Every office needs one, so I'll be that guy.
Who would actually? It actually might be you.
Yeah,
Mr. Michael Scott.
definitely.
Who's
Definitely.
Creed?
Oh, definitely Caleb.
I don't remember which one's which.
That's fine. Let's move on.
I feel like I'm Toby. Here's a sale we have going on. It's 25% off
Ooh.
all Death Wish tapes. So we've been doing cassette tapes for the past few years for most of the new releases. So do you need a code or they're
No,
I
you
didn't
don't
look up
even
the
need a
details.
code.
Cool.
Codeless. They're codeless.
Codeless. So 25% off tapes. Tapes come with a digital download code. They look really cool. So go on our site and check it out.
They also come with the album artwork. And,
Totally.
and some plastic.
The J card.
Yeah, they're kind of like alternative versions of the artwork
Yeah.
too, because like they're the long versions. Yeah.
I would personally recommend the new Plains album on cassette. It looks awesome.
Oh yeah, because it's like wide.
It's like wider,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the tape is transparent
blue?
with gold ink, and it looks really cool. And that album is awesome.
There we
I
go.
thought it was cool before, and I really like it now.
There we go. Mark recommended.
Sorry.
Mark approved.
I mean, all the records are good. You should buy all of them, but that one's good.
All right.
And
There we go.
that's it.
That's the news. Caleb, why don't you tell us about some tours coming up?
All right, we got 2 big tours announced. Oathbreaker announced a U.S. tour that starts February 2nd and April 9th. And yes, it's coming to Boston. I'll be there.
There we go.
Come say hi to Mark.
Get your tickets.
Great squat. I'll be there. Great squat.
Yep. And
Who just said that?
Ooh, I don't know. Wear Your Wounds is doing a European tour, and that includes Roadburn Festival they're playing. So that's like an
Big
insane
deal.
festival. That's Oathbreaker, Death Heaven.
Right
Chelsea
after the album comes out, so
Mm-hmm. So
you'll be able
check
to
that
uh,
out. Jake's been showing us some of the stage stuff they're going to be doing. Pretty cool.
good.
Cool. I haven't seen
Yeah.
any.
Just like love teasing the listeners.
Yeah.
That's April 21st to April 30th. So if you're in Europe, go see it. Also looking at you, UK people. We'll get to that later.
There we go. There's that tour update.
A lot of tours ended.
If you saw Frameworks on the tour they just did, good for you.
Good for you.
We wish we could have saw it.
On West Coast.
Shout out to Frameworks who just posted a photo today wearing like a helmet with 2 Coors Lights with straws coming down. That was funny.
Hell yeah.
CL Smooths. Did you
Tip-
see that?
Yeah, it's Corey. Yeah.
It's your favorite band with your favorite beverage.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good combo.
Yeah.
There we go.
They probably posted that for you, Rich.
I liked it.
They totally posted that FUBU. For you, by you.
Isn't it for us, by us?
Yes, that's the joke, doofus.
Oh, I didn't get
That
that.
was for you, by you.
It's for
Well,
us,
I-
by us.
I don't know that much about FUBU.
The guy's on Shark Tank.
Yeah, I know, but I thought my
Our-
whole life thought it was for you,
Our
by
favorite
you.
show.
I thought it was. Are you sure?
For us, by us. Hold on.
Because
Hold on.
if it's the company saying that, it's like this is only for us. It's not for you guys.
Hold on. Hold on. What does FUBU stand for?
Oh my god, type it.
Let's see what we can find. Here's what I found on the
Siri doesn't know
website.
shit.
Who's-
I'm pulling up the Wikipedia page. For us, by us, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, this case, I'm redefining it. For you, by you.
I thought you that would never.
It's a New Orleans company. For you in the bayou.
Dude, Damon's gonna be Damon's mad at you.
Guess what? He didn't invest in my company.
Yeah, your
Yo.
evaluation was too high.
Season 2, episode 6. Go look back, guys. I'm on Shark Tank.
Mark's his pen company,
Pen company?
the one that recorded your notes.
Pen 15?
Yes, Mark's
Live
pen
Scribe.
company, Pen 15.
I just had to look up that pen the other day.
Every time you wrote, it would just say the word penis on the page. All right, time to move on. Bandcamp year in review. Mark, you put this on the discussion list here. What do you want to? Oh no, Caleb did. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I sure as hell didn't.
Caleb,
I put it on there, but Mark can sure as hell talk about it.
Bandcamp year in review. What do you guys want to talk about it?
I got about 3 emails about it. Saw it on every Bandcamp page I went to. Never clicked it. Never read it.
They do it every year. It's the review. They go over the sales, what happened in the year.
Oh shit! I'm looking at it now.
So
This is
it's
good.
pretty interesting.
Give me some numbers. Give me some numbers.
Well, I posted it because generally, as we worry about physical going down and everything on Bandcamp's going up. Obviously, we're getting this from the source, so it might be a little biased, but I don't see why they would lie about it.
You calling Bandcamp liars?
I said they're
You
not.
insinuated
I said
that.
they're not.
Oh,
No, I insinuated that I trust them.
okay.
Don't spin it.
Didn't someone from Bandcamp listen to the podcast once?
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys.
Hopefully they
Mark.
still do.
Mark, we have
I love Bandcamp. I'm not.
we have
don't.
what was the last time we checked? 4.8 million downloads per episode.
Oh, you said million. It's trillion.
Yeah, we're getting about a few trillion downloads per episode. So of course someone from Bandcamp listens.
All right, so
Caleb, tell us about some facts.
digital sales grew 20%.
Very cool.
Makes sense.
Are these downloads or streams?
Digital album sales.
Yep.
Well, I guess yeah, because you have to buy the album to
Yeah,
download to
I
stream
don't
it
think
anyways
they're
on
counting-
Bandcamp. Yeah, that makes sense.
So this is what I find more interesting. Digital makes sense that's growing. Yeah. Physical sales, led by vinyl, of course, it was up 48%. Isn't physical's
Yo.
when is it going to break?
CDs up 14%,
Yeah,
and
CDs,
cassettes up 58%.
Yeah.
Well, cassettes are. I feel like cassettes are. We've been doing them, and they've been selling fine. They're not huge. Very small percentage of
but
the physical that we actually sell.
But
People want it.
yeah, and it's
If
cheap.
you
it's
off-
easy
yeah.
for a band to make it, and it's easy for a band to sell it on Bandcamp.
If you offer it, people will buy it. So there are a segment of people
Yeah.
that will want it. But yeah, being up 58%, that's a good number. Of course, it's going up, but I feel like the numbers had to have been very, very small in 2015.
I wonder what they'll
Makes
be next
sense.
year.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see again. Vinyl obviously makes sense. I feel like more people are using Bandcamp as the wholesaling platform, not just for digital anymore.
Yeah,
More
exactly.
people are using it for physical, so that makes sense that the
Yeah.
numbers would go up.
Now you see most bands have a merch tab and everything.
And let me tell you, it's really difficult. You talked about years ago trying to get into retail. Like even when stuff was selling, it was difficult. Like when CDs were big.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's even. I would probably say more difficult to be successful in retail.
Yeah.
Because there's so many less options.
I wouldn't even say that. I just think the more and more vinyl does well, it gets more competitive.
Yeah.
So you're fighting for shelf space, which shelf space is even smaller now because there's more records and less stores.
Sure.
So
Yep.
And more bands.
and more people doing vinyl. So yeah. So you see all the big box retailers like Best Buy and Target. They're kind of getting out of the physical music game. Their sections are getting smaller and smaller every year.
Best Buy's CD rack is one.
Yeah. If you haven't been to one lately, it's pretty small. And Target, I think I went to a Target over the holiday time, and there was it was half an aisle of CDs, and it was just now that's what they call music, volume 73, 400 copies of that. That's all there was, and the Adele record.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's it. That's all they sell. So
I was at a Barnes and Noble around Christmas time, and there was a lot of records there. Not
yeah,
just
they have a whole section.
Yeah, there was it was one in Long Island. There's usually a small section. There was a big fucking section of records. It was all major label, very mainstream stuff, but still
Yeah. So
interesting.
yeah, that's cool.
My last little fact: 2,000 independent labels joined
That's great.
this year.
That's awesome.
So
They highlighted Discord,
yeah, that's
which was
huge.
a big thing. Yeah. And I didn't realize Merge just came on this year.
Yeah. So how long have we been on Bandcamp now? Do we know?
2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Early adopters.
Yeah, we never talk about it. I think I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, though, but go to our Bandcamp and you can listen to everything that's there. I know it's all on Spotify, too, but it's an easy way to look through everything we've done in one spot and, like, be able to listen to stuff. So,
Yeah.
do it.
I guess
Yeah.
I should mention, too, on our Bandcamp page, every week we've been picking an album to be on sale. So every week we're going to do a different album, and we've been doing them half off. So you can get the Touche Amore, Parting the Sea, Between Brightness and Me right now for $4. So
It's an actual steal.
we do it for 1 week, and then we change it and do a different one. We did Loma last week.
Yep.
Self-Portrait. Yeah. That's the pick this week. So.
Yeah. So nothing shocking in this article, and I'm sure basically everyone has seen it already. But
Yeah, that's great.
Want to give Bandcamp some love.
Bandcamp's a great platform. More people should use it.
Mm-hmm.
So
More people are using it, so
exactly,
it's good.
very cool. Let's talk about what should we talk about next? Sprint acquired a portion.
Speaking of music services,
Yeah, Sprint acquired a portion of Tidal.
What is it, 33?
33, I believe.
Yeah,
So like a
33%.
Why? Who uses Tidal? Like, I know Tidal is for, like, it's artist owned, but it's like, what, Beyonce and Jay-Z on there, right?
Yeah.
Says the most ignorant guy in the room.
As you guys know, I love following.
Who's
I love
using
following technology and music streaming services. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying. I have to read about this stuff all the time. This is weird because it's like Sprint is the fourth biggest carrier in the United States. They actually just got surpassed by T-Mobile, which they were behind it, but T-Mobile is bigger now.
Oh, because they're bringing the Sidekick back, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they're probably the smallest of the major four carriers. There's a bunch of different smaller carriers as well, so we won't even go into that. And Tidal, I don't even know if they're in the top 10 for streaming services.
I
They
don't-
have to be pretty small at this
I don't
point.
know a single person who uses
It's
it.
I mean, just judging from our sales every month, it's a very small portion of our music streaming
Yeah.
revenue. So, I mean, maybe we are a little different than more mainstream music because Tidal seems to... They don't seem to too interested in the independent side of things. They seem more...
which is funny because it's artist owned.
Yeah, which is very odd. The whole Tidal thing seems... It's been weird since the start. Like,
Do you remember the
very odd. Yeah, you remember like the
press
go ahead.
conference thing?
Yeah.
It was
Oh my
so
god, so
weird.
odd.
At the same time, really interesting. Like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it was just funny seeing like this giant like boardroom table with like the dudes from Daft Punk just like chilling there
Yeah.
with helmets.
Yeah, who was it? Like Madonna? I saw it was like Madonna.
Jack White.
Yeah, it's like we're bringing the power back to the artist. They're like, dude, you guys probably sell more records than
Yeah.
most independent labels do. Like just
Yeah.
one of your albums, like you're making way more money than everyone else. Like
Yeah.
it's a little odd that you're trying to
Yeah.
bring the power back to the artists.
And then you see no independent.
Yeah, now they're trying to
artists
get
on
out.
there.
Now they're trying to get out because it was obviously a mistake. They shouldn't have done it, and they thought that just having these exclusives would bring a bunch of subscribers in, which it wasn't because it's not a good service.
It's a hassle.
Yeah,
There was a new Arcade Fire song the other day. I just was like, cool. I can't
and it's
hear
on
it.
it's on Tidal.
It's exclusively on Tidal. I was like, great, cool. I won't listen
Yeah.
to it.
So I mean, as more of these streaming services pop up and start to align themselves with either technology companies or carriers or even maybe cable networks, probably will happen soon. Or maybe it already has.
Cable network, really?
Yeah, there's all these things now. This is I think streaming services are going to be more of a we have one too sort of thing. Like everyone's going to have one, and you'll buy a you'll get a phone from Sprint and be like, hey, here's a year of Tidal for free because you just signed up with Sprint.
Yeah.
It's more of an add-on than an actual commodity. Is that the right word
Yeah.
to say? Yeah.
Does Apple do that yet? If you get a phone, do you get like this amount free of Apple Music?
No, they don't. If you get a 3-month trial,
Oh yeah.
and then after that you can choose to stay on. But
Can I say something else about Tidal?
Yeah.
I didn't put the link in there, but I read about this like last week or something. Apparently, do you have Tidal? I didn't know if you had it for like work
I've used
purposes
it, yeah.
or something. I don't know if you used it recently. Apparently, they have a new tool, like feature in the app that's an editing tool, so you can change tempo and song length.
Oh, it's like
Why?
to like remix it
For
or something.
DJs? Like,
But it's just for the casual listener. And it says, now the streaming service is offering users a way to edit tracks. While playing a song on the Tidal app, you can change the length and speed. But it's like that.
so, like, I want to listen to this song forever.
Is it legal? Like what? Like
I mean, it must be.
I must be. But isn't that just weird? Like imagine, Second Son of R, like one of the Oathbreaker songs that are what 7 minutes long.
Maybe you
Someone's
wanna
like,
put a
I'm
little-
not into it.
maybe
3.5 minutes. Boom.
But you want to put a little beat underneath it. Change the
you
tempo.
can't do that. You can just change. You can just make it slower.
know.
That's
and
hard.
also, like, if you're making it faster, like, do they just cut the song or do they speed it up? You know,
I don't know. I'm interested, but not really. But
not
it's
enough
like
to like do it.
no. But it's just kind of heartbreaking when I don't know, someone puts a lot of work into a song being a certain way, and someone could just make it slower or faster or stop
Seems
it.
odd. Yeah, I don't.
Anyways, just
So,
add
if
it to the
anyone
train
uses
wreck of
Tidal, please let us know and
Yeah.
why you use it, because I'm genuinely curious. With all the other,
Are they still doing the music video thing too?
well,
Wasn't
Maybe.
that part of it? Where it's like
Apple Music does that too.
really?
Yeah, anything on basically everything on iTunes is on Apple Music.
Apple Music is they're starting to do carpool karaoke is going to be like
Yeah, they have
show.
they have a few shows coming to Apple Music,
It's going to be like a Netflix, kind
which
of
is
thing, too,
another
with
weird
exclusive shows.
thing.
Yeah,
You know what's weird? How they call iTunes when they rent, you can like buy movies and books
Yeah.
and stuff. It's just like
and Apple
I'm-
Music will have.
Honestly, like
Shows.
sorry,
No, it's okay. Go.
just like iTunes and the whole store. Like I find it so confusing now.
Yeah.
I never know like what tab I'm
it's
in.
it's a little difficult right now. Yeah, the music app I actually really like. I like the when they updated it with the most recent update to iOS. It looks really nice, and I think it's actually really good looking, especially on iPhone and iPad.
I mean,
but
yeah, Apple stuff always looks good.
yeah, the iTunes software is a little difficult to navigate.
I
Sometimes.
think it's weird. There's a search bar that you could be searching for something on the iTunes
Yeah,
store or
yeah.
also Apple Music.
Yeah, I don't know anything for sure, but I feel like that's kind of like a we're going to ease you into the Apple Music universe,
Yeah.
and for people that still use iTunes, like but
Yeah,
maybe
it's
it would have
just-
been better if it was just another standalone app. You know what
It's
I mean?
just weird that in the same app you could buy an album for $9.99, or if you have a subscription, you could just listen to it without paying anything extra.
yeah, a little odd, but
Yeah, and it's like, what if you searched and clicked on the wrong thing? Then you just bought something. I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
It's hard to buy something on accident, but you know what I mean.
I hear you. So no one's excited about that. No one's excited about it.
Not at all. I don't use Sprint or
I actually,
Tidal.
well, when the news came through, I saw Caleb jump out of his chair and scream. It was just, yeah. I had to get him a glass of water because he was just sweating
Yeah.
from all the excitement.
It's great, you know. Finally, I can have Tidal on all my Sprint devices.
Yeah, there you go.
Who is the company that bought Rdio? Do you remember?
Oh, Sprint.
No.
No, that was
Pandora?
Like Pandora, yeah. I don't think they've rolled out their streaming service yet.
Yeah.
They might. That might be a good one.
Yo, Rdio.
feel
What's
like-
up?
I feel like it has some potential because it's a little more focused, you know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
RDO and
They have
Pandora
a really good
were-
radio
yeah.
system too. Like you pick a song and it'll pick
Right.
some pretty good songs.
I know Sam loves Pandora because of the
I know a lot of people that use it.
Randomness?
yeah, like the radio style of it,
Yeah.
where you don't know what you're gonna get.
She liked the surprise of not knowing the next song, but then she got to the point where she like really wanted to listen to a specific song and would put a playlist on and like skip, then you run out of skips. And I'm just trying to explain to her what Spotify is. She recently told me that reason she held off on Spotify was so long was because I was pushing it on her too much and she just wanted to
You were
drive
being
me
aggressive.
nuts.
You were being aggressive with
I
Spotify.
was. It made me so angry that and then now she like loves it.
I think you just want to see what she's listening to. That's what Mark,
I do love that.
Mark does that all
That
day
is the
long.
best feature.
He's just like, oh, I noticed you were listening to Kanye West earlier today.
I'll see her listening to a song and I'll text her like lyrics from that song. I'll be like, "Ba-na-ma-na-ma-ma." And she thinks it's so weird, but I think it's fun.
Yeah, I always feel nervous listening to a song. 'Cause I'm like, how is Mark going to judge me? Like, what's he going to think about the song when I listen to it? I'll put it in private mode because I don't want Mark to know that I'm listening to
I
it.
want to follow more people. I only follow
I follow like a ton of people.
Actually, I follow a lot of people, but they don't all show up. Maybe they're
Yeah.
not using it.
I don't know.
Yeah, it depends. Or there's like private streaming mode too. I don't know.
Only like 7 people I follow show up all the time. 2 of you guys is it.
I mean, we listen every day. So
What about Netflix sucking lately? We were talking about this earlier today.
Settle down.
All right, hold on.
You're exaggerating.
So-
It doesn't suck.
Hold on. The point of let me talk about this a little bit first. The point of doing Death Talk, well, I think when we started, was the general idea was, hey,
To grow your ego.
yes. Hey, we talk about stuff all day long. Why don't we just record it and see what happens, right? That's a general idea of
yeah.
maybe people would be interested in what we talk about, and just coming from people that work at a record label. And yes, we talk about music stuff a lot, but we also don't talk about music stuff a lot, and that might be something that people are interested in. But today we were talking about Netflix, and I said, guys, why don't we save this for the podcast? I think this is a good discussion, right?
Mm-hmm.
# save it for the podcast.
Gross.
Don't
I
we?
thi- I think I
We use that hashtag internally a lot, right?
I hate it because we're just having an organic conversation. You're always like, nope, save it for the podcast. It's like, oh god,
This is a good conversation. I think people would
It
be
is.
interested in it.
I think I said a couple weeks ago.
You
that
agreed with me that Netflix has been sucking lately.
I think I said a couple weeks ago that I barely. We were talking
Like,
about
do you just give him a nudge?
Yeah.
Because I'm interrupting him, right?
Yes, you do it so much with everyone.
Like, Mark's...
Go ahead, finish.
But...
we were talking about Hulu.
So what we were saying was,
We were talking about Hulu, and I said I barely open the Netflix app anymore because I just watch Hulu or HBO or something like that. So,
not to say that Netflix doesn't have great content.
it does. It almost has too much, and it
has too much content, not too much great content. Right? Would you agree with me there?
Yeah, it has too much of everything.
They
They have categories and stuff, but there's still thousands of shit.
You turn on Netflix, you're just like, Netflix original, iBoy. What the hell is that? It's the girl from Game of Thrones. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot.
I don't want to see it. I watched the preview for it. I'm like, I'm not watching this.
I said this earlier, but I'm dumbfounded how many Netflix originals there are. Because I thought there was a lot just from the popular ones that people talk about. The Marvel ones, Stranger Things, Orange is the New Black, House of Cards. All of that for like one network would be a lot of popular shows. And there's so much stuff that... There's a lot of kids shows, I think, that we're not paying attention to. There's a lot of other stuff that I'm not watching. I mean, I shouldn't be the one to talk because I don't keep up with virtually anything as far as TV shows go, but I barely ever watch anything on Netflix.
There's a lot that I've tried, like of the Netflix. I'll just check them out sometimes, like the Netflix version. I haven't done all of them, obviously,
Yeah.
but Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Not my thing. I watched 2 episodes. I couldn't get into
I
it anymore.
loved the first season. I hadn't. See, this is why I haven't watched the second season for literally no reason.
I started watching Glitch.
I don't even know that.
2 or 3 episodes in. It was just about people that like kind of like woke up, like they were dead, and then just woke up and came out of the grave.
There's a lot of shows like that.
And it's just like, okay, well, yeah, it's just like it. I don't want to. Maybe it has. I think it was trying to go for like a leftovers vibe, sort of a little bit.
That's what it reminds
but
me
it
of.
just wasn't good. It wasn't. I think it's an Australian show that they brought over.
Have either of you watched the OA?
Not yet, but that's one I was gonna watch soon.
Sam watched it. She said she really liked it. I didn't see it.
I heard it was terrible, so I've been holding off.
Really? She
Fuller
liked it? I
House.
don't
What
know.
about Fuller House?
Yeah, I did watch that.
Me too. I watched like 2 episodes and I couldn't do it anymore.
I watched the entire first season.
Wow, Mark.
Bum, ba-na-na-na-na.
You guys
Shout
were-
out to Carly Rae Jepsen who does the theme song.
Oh,
She
really?
redid it.
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, shout out.
I just started watching Master of None, which I really enjoy. I watched 4
Yeah.
episodes last night.
Late pass.
I know.
That's a really good show.
Really good show. So there is some good stuff.
Aziz
There's
was awesome on SNL this last week. That was a good
I didn't
episode.
think he was that good.
I want that pizza. That was a great sketch.
That was a good sketch, yeah. But
Caleb, what do you like on Netflix?
I mean,
like, give us like a deep cut. Give us like
Holy
a
shit.
Give us. I'm just saying, give us like a deep cut. Something, we all know you like Stranger Things. Okay,
No,
like,
I mean,
is there
I-
anything we're not seeing there?
I mean, I like a lot of the BBC shows on Netflix just because, like, I don't know where else to watch those.
Like what?
Like, I love Luther.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a detective show. It's Idris Elba, it's a detective show on the BBC. He's like a homicide detective, and it's like awesome.
What a handsome dude.
Oh my god, incredible.
Caleb, when are you going to start doing Netflix playlists?
Oh shit. Yo, Netflix, I'd like to apply. I love Netflix. I still think it's great. I feel like they release like fire shows, and then there's always like lulls. You know, this is the time of year every year where there's like kind of a bit of a lull, and you like use it to catch up with shit. I feel the same way as you guys do right now. Like I open up Netflix, I'm like, there's not.
It's probably like my least used app right now.
I've been watching a lot of the Amazon Prime stuff because it's
tell me more about that.
They have a lot of shit on there that I haven't seen, and it's free. Well, I mean, I pay for Prime, but you know what I mean. So it's like
It feels free.
That's the illusion.
Yeah, no, totally. And
I haven't paid a dime for this. You actually paid $100 like 8 months ago for this.
Yeah, but so yeah, I do pay for it. But HBO Go, I've been I watch a lot of the Vice stuff like nightly, which is interesting. I'm trying to make a point to stay on top of things a little bit more in the current situation. And what else? Shit, comics. Come on, easy. No, I don't know. Netflix. I open it up. I'm like, I don't know what to watch, so I usually end up opening something else. But I will never cheat on you, Netflix.
No, when they get
I feel the same way. I feel like I need it.
When they get a hit, it's like a hit.
Oh
and it's
my
just
God,
like this is awesome. And
all the Marvel stuff, Stranger Things.
Yeah, actually, I was
House of Cards. You guys watch that?
Yeah, I watched the first 2 seasons. I'm behind.
I fell off, but that's like a huge deal.
I'll pick that up again. The HBO app actually does have sort of playlists.
Really?
I'm not even lying. Yeah, I was searching through the other day, and it's like,
oh, I did see.
Yeah, it was like, Marnie's best moments from Girls.
It was
something like.
I saw one that was Shoshana's best moments.
Yeah,
from Girls.
something. Yeah, and it's like the episodes of where, which I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know why you would do that.
Just totally out of order or whatever. If you just do like the character, I guess. I don't know.
I guess if you've seen all the episodes, you just want to put something on the background. I don't know.
Hold on. Know what Netflix does the most out of anything? Stand-up specials. Almost too many.
Yo, their documentary game is on point too.
They have a lot.
Yeah, I know. There's been some good stuff. Definitely. Their movies are just like I don't.
Well, I feel
second-rate shit.
I feel like Netflix's issue is they've been focusing on their own content instead of getting stuff. So that's where the other services have been picking shit up. Where they're like, oh, Netflix isn't. Like they're focusing on like Netflix originals, and some of them are great, some of them are okay, and some of them are bad. Like
once in a while I'd pick up I'd get like, oh, I haven't seen this yet. It's on Netflix. I'm gonna watch this now. Now I'm just like, this is garbage. Like I can't watch any of this stuff.
Total surprise that Civil War was on Netflix.
Yeah,
I was like, shit.
Yeah, that's awesome. A garbage movie.
You're just so wrong. You're just so wrong.
I stopped everything I was doing and watched that the second it popped up.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, we're going again.
I signed up for a Stars trial. You know that app?
Why?
Just to watch The Force Awakens.
Oh,
it's on there.
Cool.
I would sign up for Ash vs. Evil Dead.
I was gonna watch that,
Stars?
but I don't think I have enough interest. I don't have enough interest. Yeah. So
I don't know. It's just
no. They have some hits.
I think Netflix is focusing more on trying to become like less of like a streaming service and more of a
I'm fine
like
with that.
Provider or like a network name.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. They do have some great shows. I mean, dude, Narcos killed it.
Yeah, there's
one of the
one.
best shows on Netflix. Probably is the best show on Netflix.
Yeah.
How about that? Better than Stranger Things.
I liked all the seasons of Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
Yep.
Generally speaking, the last season was okay.
Yeah, they're great. We're in a little bit of a lull. Something else will pop up, and you'll be like, "Oh fuck, Netflix."
Yo,
what about
I felt this way about the lull for like the past year, though. I don't know.
What about the Bob Ross series on Netflix?
The painting thing?
Yeah.
Oh my! I got recommended that.
I think everyone.
Like
did.
I got an email. We just added something for you. It's like shit.
Yeah.
Also, their recommendations were really good, and then lately they're just pushing whatever's new on you.
Yeah.
Those emails used to be like they'd recommend something, I'd be like, oh, "What is this?" I'd click it, watch it, and love it.
I feel like I go through the whole thing. I'm just like, all right, I'll check. No. Yeah, I'll just watch reruns of The Office. That's cool. It's like that's all I do.
There are some things that I feel like need to stay on Netflix that I'd be heartbroken if they're gone. Like all of The Office, all of 30 Rock, all of Parks and Rec. Like they mainstays. They need to be there.
I told myself I'd start watching it. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia one day, and the day it like is gonna go off Netflix, it's just gonna ruin me.
Yeah, that's always there too.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this for a while. We could probably move on, but do they still do the DVD thing?
Yeah.
Movies?
Like, could you
rent like DVDs? Yeah, it's DVD.com now.
Is it really?
Netflix is just Netflix. Like you don't rent. I mean, yes, you rent from Netflix, but it's DVD.com.
But is it still owned by them?
Yeah, I think I might be completely making this up, but I'd probably look it up. But I read that they still rented like 40 million DVDs last year.
No way.
Yeah,
People are still doing that.
I have a family member that still does that.
Really?
Yes, my sister.
Wow.
Still rents movies from DVD.com.
I was gonna say, if you still do it, right into the show, because I totally forgot that even.
She
was
has
a
an
thing.
insane collection too.
What do you mean?
She used to work for Blockbuster back in the day,
Oh,
and so she'd always like collect movies.
wow.
See, I thought
Which is funny because I've never watched movies ever. I could literally be like, I want to watch this movie. Oh yeah, I have this over here. You go to like her like giant DVD shelf.
Whoa.
And she has like every movie.
Wow.
I have a huge collection of DVDs and Blu-rays too. I thought I'd always be like that, but I'm at the point now where I'm like, I don't want any more physical shit.
Right. Caleb's out of the game.
I can't, like, there's no room for it, and it makes me so like anxious.
Until you have a baller ass house where you just have a DVD room.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
I'm like, DVDs are booked.
You could stack the DVDs next to those prints.
Yeah, exactly.
Those Mondo prints that you don't hang up. Let's get to some feedback. Mark, do you know how to get in contact with the show?
Probably text us to our personal numbers.
Yeah, so Caleb's phone number is... No, I'm just kidding. The best way to get in contact with the show is use... Actually, the best way is the hotline, but I'm going to give you a couple more first. How about that?
Hotline.
Yeah. Use the hashtag AskDeathTalk on Twitter. Email us deathtalk@deathwishing.com or call the Death Talk hotline. It's 754-703-8255. That's 754-70...
D-Talk.
D-Talk.
Baby talk.
Crazy Ira and the douche.
Leave your first name, where you're from, and a brief message, and we'll play it on the show. We actually got a lot of feedback this week, so thanks for
Keep it
everyone
coming.
we're gonna do the hotline stuff first. So let's do you know what? Let's do Will from LA first. He seemed to have a very insightful message to leave us here. So let's see what he has to say.
So, dude, it's Will from LA. Taking a poo, listening to some Death Wish playlist. I relate. Yeah.
There we go. He was taking a poo and listening to the Death Wish playlist. Caleb, did you imagine that your playlist would be listened to on the toilet? Did you have that in mind when you were creating them?
I can't say I did, but hey, to each his own. I'm glad people are just out there enjoying it.
That's an idea. Bathroom playlist.
Yeah, going forward,
Short and sweet.
Make all.
Yeah, how would that work? What would you do?
What would you do? What?
Like a bathroom playlist. What would be the vibe there?
Sludge metal, obviously.
Oh God!
Yeah. What would be the idea there? Would it be slow? Would it be relaxing, or would it be kind of fast paced? Like kind of like
fast pace, exciting music, because you have to get your mind. Everyone knows to take a good dump, you got to get your mind off of it. For real.
I'm thinking like some like Beethoven, just to get you in a nice relaxed.
Let's get down to the facts here, gentlemen. Have either of you ever been constipated?
I cannot say I have. No.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, let me tell you a story. I was taking some crazy ass meds, cancer, you know, and I was backed up.
Backed up.
Oh, this sucks.
It was crazy. Like, all I'm saying is, all it took was me to get my mind off it. I was reading a boring story in a magazine, and the next thing you know, my body's exploding.
Hallelujah.
It was crazy. All right, anyways.
There we go. So Will from LA.
We could probably take that.
Thanks
I
for
think
the inspiration.
maybe this playlist is better in Mark's hands.
Yeah, hey, Mark, maybe you can be one with the playlist and
That-
what do you want to call it?
I got nothing.
Cold seat. Cold seat, warm hole.
Wormhole. I don't know.
We'll think of a name.
Yeah, we'll think of something.
Hey, yeah, how about this? Send us in some feedback on what our bathroom playlist should be called.
Yeah.
You'll be able to name a playlist, and Caleb will get it together. If you have any song recommendations, that'd be great too.
Isn't there a brown note that makes you shit?
That's what I was getting at with the
Wait,
sludge
what?
metal down tuned to A.
There we go. There's supposed to be a note that makes you just...
Yeah, the brown note. You've never heard of this?
That can't be real.
It's not, but it's a joke.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Until it is real.
Sludge.
How about let's do Matt from Manchester next? What do you guys think?
Sounds good.
Hey guys, this is Matt from now Manchester. So I've got an important question for you. I went and saw Split last night, and it was pretty awesome. It was a good comeback, if you will, by M. Night Shyamalan, and it made me wonder about comeback albums, like when Saves the Day did In Reverie, and everyone hated it, and then they put out Sound the Alarm, and Sound the Alarm was pretty sick, and like a lot of bands that signed to major labels and then maybe came back to indies and put out like albums that got their fan base back. And I didn't know I know it's a tough one off the top of your head if you guys have a favorite comeback album. That's my first question. My second question, so I've been with my girlfriend for like 4 years, and we just bought a house. It's been pretty awesome, but she doesn't like It Follows or The Witch. So I was just wondering if I should break up with her. So just if you guys could give me your opinion on that. But I hope you guys have a good one. Thanks. Bye.
Caleb, do you want to comment on that last thing? I haven't seen any of those movies, to be honest.
I've seen both. They're both great. Not worth breaking up with her over. Definitely worth kicking her out over, though. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's fine. Differences are what bring you together, man.
Love is a fleeting thing, bro. Like, grasp onto it, dude.
Yeah, but if she didn't like, Evil Dead 2, then what would happen?
Then we have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Then you have some serious decisions you gotta work.
Some serious decisions.
Mark.
Caleb saw Split, though. He talked about Split.
Oh
did see
shit!
Split,
I forgot. I did see Split. I can't say anything about it.
It'll ruin it.
Did you enjoy it? Thumbs up? Should you go see it?
I have many mixed feelings on it.
Oh, okay, all right.
I didn't.
Thumbs in the middle, then.
I didn't enjoy the movie.
You didn't enjoy the movie?
No.
Wow.
But worth seeing.
Because it pays off?
Wow. That's a really good recommendation.
Wow. That's a good thing. Would I sit through let's say a 2-hour long movie just to see what or an hour and a half? Let's say an hour and a half movie just to see an ending of something.
So here's the kicker. You might do that. I don't think would understand it. There's a chance you might, Mark.
You talked to me about it already,
Rich,
and I wouldn't have gotten it.
Yeah, Rich. There's nothing I can say.
Sure, that's fine.
But it's not guaranteed that you would even understand what happens.
Okay.
But from my understanding, if you get it, it's a cool thing. Though.
It was fucking cool. Let me tell you. This thing. I didn't enjoy the movie the whole time I was watching the movie, thinking like, this is like pretty offensive to people with mental disabilities or disorders or whatever. But it's worth seeing, and it's not. That's all. I can't say anything else. We can do a spoiler section afterwards, and I'll talk about it in full.
Okay.
Because it's a very interesting thing.
All right. Let's see. We got one more.
Wait,
here.
no. He talked about comeback.
Oh yeah,
albums.
sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mark's
comeback
mad
albums.
about this.
Mark's upset about the statement about In Reverie because that he thinks that. Go ahead, Mark. I'll let you. I don't want to.
Okay. I think everyone's under the impression that In Reverie came out and quote unquote everyone hated it. I don't think that's true. I think a lot of people. I feel like such a dick talking like this. I think a lot of people didn't like it, but it's fucking great. It's so good. You don't believe me, but it's great, and
everyone's entitled to their opinion.
It's better
Mark.
than Sound the Alarm. Like he was saying, Sound the Alarm came and that was pretty sick. And it's just like okay.
Oh, did you just do a Matt from Manchester impression?
I did. Sorry, Matt.
Wow, Matt, you should be offended.
Matt, you clearly like the canon of Saves the Day. the discography, you're interested, give In Reverie another shot.
Give it a shot.
If you like the songs Chris Conley's writing, you're gonna like In Reverie. Just keep your mind open, because it's kind of a lot cooler than Sound the Alarm.
This is a landmine that Matt just stepped on. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Mark's
This is
offended.
an ongoing thing. Mark,
I think In Reverie is saves the day's Pinkerton. Pinkerton was, man, I bet a lot of people don't even like Pinkerton either. Pinkerton came out in 1996, Weezer, if you don't know, and everyone hated it. Right? It didn't sell well. I think Rolling Stone even said it was the worst album to come out that year, and now it's like everyone thinks it's like this classic thing. Trey's gonna listen to this and be so mad, but it's so good.
Just don't tell him you like the Foo Fighters.
I don't. But you know, I think over time people have changed their mind, and people like In Reverie.
Yeah.
But whatever. Are there comeback albums you guys like?
Comeback Kid, Come Back Home.
I have one not to be boring. Not that it's boring just listing a Death Wish band, but Fever Hunting is sick. Modern Life is War was broken up, and they came back and put out Fever Hunting.
That's
and
a
that
great
shit
one.
is so good.
Yeah. Great album. They
That's
didn't
one I
put out
can
an album
think
for
of.
a long time, and then Fever Hunting came out. Yeah.
To be honest, he mentioned bands that go on major labels and then go back to indies, and sometimes those records are just like pandering. You're sort of like, is this even you, or you're just doing it because that's what people want you to do?
Right.
So
right.
it's tough to really get behind those sometimes. I am not thinking about anyone specifically.
I know
not
who
throwing
you're
shade.
thinking specifically. I know who you're thinking
Not
about.
throwing shade.
Whoa.
But anyways,
Yeah, I can't think.
can't think of any.
I was actually thinking about this quite a bit, and I couldn't think of anything like any. It's tough because there's very few bands that I listen to that are just like I stop liking. Like there's certain bands. Saves the Day is a perfect example of like I find something in almost all of their albums that I enjoy for some sort of reason. 'Cause I just like the way he writes songs, and I just like all of his songs. I'm obviously except In Reverie, but sorry, Mark.
It's okay.
But there are some bands that just like fall off, and you just don't really care for them much anymore. People always say like, "Oh, the new Metallica record's so good." Like it's a back to the. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Like I've listened to it. It's fine. It's it's not Ride the Lightning. So like it's not even
nothing will ever be.
It's not even close to that. I mean, even I like the Black Album. I like a lot of the stuff that they did. You know, like even after that. But I mean, after the Black Album, it was just Jesus Christ. I don't even know what to say about that.
I'm really trying to rack my brain. I can't think of any.
Yeah,
Any others?
it's tough. I mean, because like it's tough to think about a band that took quite a long break and then came back and actually did an album.
Or a band that sort
Some
of
people-
lost it.
Yeah, some
and came
bands
back.
exactly. It's like some bands have put out an album that you didn't really like too much, but then they put out another album. You're just like, oh, this is great, like it. But there wasn't
Yeah.
like a huge break between them. You know what I mean?
That's what In Reverie was. It was literally 2 years.
Yeah. That wasn't so like
Yeah.
calling. I'm blanking right now. The name of the Saves the Day album.
In Reverie.
The one after that.
Sound the Alarm.
Sound the Alarm, sorry. Calling that a comeback album, is it really a comeback album? Because they were always putting out records. You know what I mean?
To be fair, Matt,
It's a comeback album for you because you didn't enjoy that album.
Also, to be fair, I was not paying attention to the wide world of music as much as I am now when In Reverie came out, because I was 13 or something. I think it came out in 2004. I was 13 or 14. So I didn't have the scope of how everyone really felt about it. So maybe everyone did really fucking hate it. But it's good, so listen to it.
Yeah. So that's a difficult question. So I couldn't give you one. Caleb, did you have one?
I got nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Okay, sorry, we have one more here. I have no idea who this is from. Let's just hit play and see what happens. That's always fun, right, Mark?
So much fun.
I'm good for you!
Awesome.
You want me to trash your lights?
Great message. So this is definitely not an inside joke, but like this is an office thing that we reference quite a bit
Yeah.
because Caleb started it.
Well, I didn't make it up. It's just
You didn't make it up, no, but you do it a lot,
Yes.
which is funny. I think I still think it's funny. Like every time I listen to that audio, I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's the in case anyone doesn't get it or whatever. It's a Christian Bale rant from.
I'll put a link in the show notes.
Yeah, it was from the Terminator Salvation set.
Is that where it's from?
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember. I think it was Salvation. Terminator. Whatever Terminator movie he was in, he had like a little bit of a meltdown on set, and like the audio got captured somehow, and he's just like going to town on this lighting guy, or the director of photography, I should say, and he's oh, good for you.
Oh, good for you.
So there you go. Good. Those are the messages that we want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
Thank you.
It seems so not funny when you explain it, but I don't know.
Well, it's funny here because Rich will be like, "Oh yeah, I got to head home," and Caleb will say, "Good for you," and that's funny.
That's basically the gist.
Is it from? Yeah.
All right, here, let's do some email. Tom Leahy says, totally saw... I think the subject was Suffer on Acid on this one. This is Caleb's band. He said, totally saw them live last month in Portland, Maine. Totally bummed I didn't realize Caleb was in the band until last episode. Totally would have drunkenly yelled Death Talk references. Shout out to alcohol.
That's awesome.
Caleb, would you be okay with people doing that?
Sure,
During
why
an
not?
interview?
Yeah,
Do you
I won't hear them. But
do you want to list all the bands that you're in, just so people know?
No, that was a fun show, though.
Caleb's in so many. I can't even remember all the bands that you're in.
Yeah, neither can I.
So yeah, if you see Caleb, just say like maybe yell out a "good for you" or like a "must be" or "must be." We'll get to that later.
That's it. I just real quick. That was a fun show. I'm glad you came. Thank you. It's a dive bar that is it's like a refurbished porno theater.
Oh,
so
nice.
if anyone wants to know how it feels to make it.
Yep, man. Caleb got a drink ticket that night. So
I got two.
Yeah, so
I gave one away.
This one's from Andy. Hi guys, huge fan of the show. Big shout out to Mark and his cancer-beating love spuds.
Yeah. Spuds? Spud like a potato spud?
Yeah, I guess so. That's a good one.
That's sick.
I work for cancer services in the UK National Health Service. Always good to hear a positive story, especially for a guy who comes across so warm and damned funny on the podcast.
What a sweetheart.
Dude, people love Mark.
Thanks, Andy.
Just loves him.
We love him too.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, fuck you,
the
dude.
situation... The situation with the UK. Oh, this is good. He's going to explain to us.
Finally,
if
this is
the UK is in Europe. We have
foreshadowing.
No clue. The situation with the UK is that it will always technically be part of Europe, but is in negotiations to leave the European Union, the politico-economic union of 28 member states that enables free movement of people, goods, services, and capital between them. We should never have got into the situation we are now, much like your new president. Whoa, this is getting very political.
Oh damn, this guy knows his stuff. Thank you.
So
for
there
the,
we go.
Thank you for the explanation.
Thanks, dude.
I'm gonna not look any of it up. I'm just gonna assume what he said is 100% correct.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to happen when they actually leave the union, because they're still in it technically. They just voted that they're not going to be in it anymore. So I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for the political lesson.
Yep.
Andy.
Geographical.
I
guess it's more political.
Yeah, it's more political. Yeah. Richard from the Chicago area says, "Hey guys, this is Richard from the Chicago area. Just wanted to say, Mark is right about self-driving cars. That shit is scary, and I don't trust it. Also, shout out to whoever keeps putting Youth Code on the weekly playlist. Commitment to Complications was the best record to come out last year."
I think like all of us have put on.
I think at some point,
that,
we all like Youth Code. Yeah, I don't know
Agreed.
who put it on there recently, but hey, thanks for listening to the show and our playlist.
Yeah.
Caleb, that must feel good, huh?
Oh, it's great. Everything comes full circle.
Yeah, there we go. Here's some from Twitter with that Ask Death Talk hashtag. This is from Andrew Clark. Heard the latest episode. My dad loves his Yeti mug. Caleb,
What's up, Dad?
also the flag in my last tweet was Qatar. I didn't know that. Remember he said we didn't know what the flag was?
Oh, yep. Cool.
There we go. Yeti mug. Are you still using it, Caleb?
I've been sipping on it this whole episode.
You wanted to give the fans an update?
Well, made some hot tea this morning. It's gone now, but it was piping hot all day.
Stop it.
Still up it. It's great. Hold on.
If I were to do an
That's the
impression
Yeti.
of Rich Rossi, I would just go, "Stop it, stop it." You say that so much.
Wow.
Anyways,
That's
continue.
it's really offensive,
Stop.
Mark. Really
Is
offensive.
it offensive?
Stop it.
What's the story with? Oh, this is from Miles Fowler. What's the story with Caleb saying "must be" all the time? I didn't notice you said it that much because I'm just so used to it
Yeah.
now.
Also,
Yeah.
what? I say a lot of weird shit, apparently. Everyone's picking it out.
I think everyone has a thing that they say, and that you say it so much you don't even know that you say it.
But apparently I have like 10, so...
You have a lot because you add a little, like, you characterize the things that you say. Like, you don't even just say them. You add, like, you have a different voice. Like, when you say "must be," you have like change the octave of your voice when you say it.
Yep.
True.
Must be good for you.
I don't notice I'm doing it anymore, yeah.
So you
Take
want to
notes.
explain? Do you want me to explain "must
Sure,
be"?
you take this one. Go
So
for
"must
it.
be" is from.
I think you actually started it.
I probably said "must be nice" once or something like like your mom would say that, or like
Must be nice. Good for them.
yeah, it's like I'm going to see a movie. Oh, must be nice. I haven't seen a movie in 6 months. It's like, sorry, you can go do whatever. Yeah. Sometimes people try to make you feel bad about like
The
doing
worst.
something.
Yeah. So now we do it for...
So now we do it for everything.
Everything.
So I'll be like, oh, I'm going to grab lunch. I'll be back in a few minutes. Oh, must be.
Must be. Yeah. Now it's
Must
to
be
the
nice to be
point...
able to eat lunch.
Yeah, it's to the point where we won't even say nice.
Yeah.
We had to cut it down. Soon it's just going to be must.
Yeah. I'll be like, oh, I got to run to the bathroom. Must be nice.
I've had to piss all day.
I've pissed my pants 3 times. There's no time to go to the bathroom. So yeah, we say it all the time here because it's just funny.
Must be.
It's just funny how you can use that.
Yeah, the best is if someone leaves the office before you to like go home.
Oh my God, that's like a
must be nice.
That's a competition here, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Let's see who can leave last.
Yep. It's not worth it ever.
Sometimes I'll just be like, I'm ready to go and my work's all done. I'll just wait for Caleb to leave before me.
Just this week, I think you came upstairs and you were like, "I'm leaving," and it was like 6:30 or something, and I was like, "Wow, must be nice, dude."
Yeah.
You're leaving early.
Yeah, you only put in 10 hours today, asshole. I think we all put in a few too many hours here sometimes.
Yeah, it
It's
happens.
definitely healthy.
Yeah. At least we're having a good time. Well,
Yeah, must be.
some of us. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I worked my regular shift today.
Oh, must be nice. Good for
You have shifts. Must be nice.
What we're into, and let's finish up the show, guys.
Cool.
Mark,
What are you
I
into?
want you to start what we're into.
Okay. First thing I'm into is shout out to Caleb. Caleb recommended me some music, and
Yo.
it's really fucking good.
I just want to take this time to really soak this moment in.
Caleb's been recommending me music since we met, and nothing's really stuck. No disrespect to Caleb. It just, not that any of it's bad. I just never, got wicked into anything.
He's like,
But-
dude, have you listened to the Clueless soundtrack? It's so fucking good.
Oh, give it a shot.
It's probably an awesome soundtrack.
Yeah.
But okay, so the record is by a band called Whitney, and the album is called Light Upon the Lake, and it's just really good. It's just really good music. So check it out.
What genre would you put this in?
Just kind of indie, poppy, catchy stuff. Not like stupid indie, like you know what I mean.
Okay.
Like it's all cool.
Tasteful indie.
Tasteful, and it sounds. The guy's got a cool voice. There's cool harmonies. There's lots of horns in it.
Singing
It's
drummer.
awesome.
Does it sound like Marnie's band from Girls?
No, remember? No.
What's that guy? The guy looks like the dude from Bon Iver. I
Yeah.
swear to God, they just picked a guy that looked like him.
He does look like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This band, or like the music they make, is like made for Mark specifically. It's
Yeah,
everything
everything.
he loves. And the second I heard it, I was like, I gotta send this to Mark. I was like, if he doesn't like this, your tastes are false.
It's a greatest hits album. It's not. It's their debut LP, but every song is a fucking hit.
Wow.
It's awesome.
If Mark thinks I should listen to it, then I guess I'll give it a shot.
The first time I listened to it, it was winter, but it was like a warm day out, so I had all my windows open in my apartment, and I was like Swiffering the floor and like vacuuming and cleaning it, and I was just like dancing to this record, and like it would it's pretty short. It would end, I just hit play again.
Caleb did an impression of what he was doing, and it made me want to listen to the record.
Yeah.
The replay factor is crazy. Last song's over, boom, I'm pressing play again.
Oh,
easy.
There we
Done.
go.
Okay, and next thing, I talked about that for a while. There's this album I actually listened to for the first time today. It's a band called Curdy. I think that's actually her name. She's in this other band from Canada called The Fast Romantics, and they're really good. But this is her solo album, and it's called Curdy. And I don't know when it came out, but the album is fucking awesome. It's moody, weird melody, pop, singer-songwriter music, so it's really cool. And the last thing is all 4 Menzinger singles leading up to this album are straight fire, and the album comes out in 2 days, and I know it's going to be so good. So listen to the Menzingers after the party on Friday. And if you're listening, this comes out before Friday, when does this come out? Tomorrow? Friday?
Yeah.
Thirsty
tomorrow.
Thursday.
Okay, well, if the album's not out yet or not streaming, all the singles are on Spotify, and they're all so good.
Can we talk about singles really quick? I feel like singles generally, hot take, ruin the album for me.
I feel the same way. This album is different because I don't know why. I'm listening to all of them a lot, but most of the time I tend to either ignore them completely, or if I listen to them too much, it's going to ruin it.
Yeah, that's why I'm buying the hype with you right now, because I know we both agree on this.
Yeah.
I'm not into singles generally.
I hear what you're saying about the single stuff, but I mean, this is gonna be very generally speaking, because it's not true for a lot of things. But generally speaking, the single or the few singles that get released are always the most played songs. Is that because it's a single? Maybe. Is it because it's the best song on the album? Probably. But I don't think they're gonna be the best played songs anyways. You know what I mean?
Sometimes.
Oh, the most played songs.
Yeah.
But probably partly because they're released earlier.
Could be, yeah, it could be. But generally speaking, you know, we get albums.
Singles are usually the fire track.
Yeah, we get albums and we listen to them before they are released, and everyone kind of gives in their general input of like, yeah, this song's really good. I think we should do something like that. I mean, you need to do something most of the time, but
I get it. I'm not like against it.
So let's talk about some of the albums that just got released with no singles. There's always going to be a song that's like people enjoy more than others. You know what I mean? So that's going to be the quote unquote single, anyways.
But the trick is someone smart enough to know what that song is without the general public hearing it first.
Yeah, that's tough. You know, that's tough.
It's really hard.
There are definitely albums that we've put out that there would be maybe a song that wasn't a single that we didn't release before the album, and it ended up being very popular. And like we didn't catch it for, you know, we were like, oh, you know, because there's a very short amount of time where you get a record, you listen to it, and then you say, okay, well, I think this song would be a good one. This song would be a good one. But not all of the time that's the one that the general public like.
I have a great example for this. You guys don't give a fuck about U2, right?
Definitely not.
Okay. 80s U2 is great. Okay, cool. Anyways, moving on. They're doing a Joshua Tree tour. Joshua Tree is a great record. They're doing a tour where they're playing all of Joshua Tree. One of them just did an interview about the record, and they were talking about how before it came out... Now, this album has all the U2 songs you probably know, that even if you don't like them. You know that song With or Without You?
Yeah, of course.
So it's on this album, and they were saying there's this song Red Hill Mining Town, which is awesome. That was for months the first single from the record, and it was never released as a single. But like, I think it was 2 weeks before the album came out, they're like, maybe we should do With or Without You, and that's like the biggest song they ever
Everyone
put out.
That,
but that wasn't even a thought for months, and there's like, maybe we'll do this one. And to be honest, the other song is good, but it's not like a radio single, you know? So it's just interesting how one decision could... But that song still would have been as popular if they didn't put it out first? Who knows?
I've caught on to songs like months after I've listened to an album, and it's like, oh, now I really like this song a lot. Yeah. It happens all the time.
Yeah, I feel like the singles usually like paint the wrong picture of an album for me.
depends on the record, though. It really does depend.
No, it does. It's
I'm with you.
Everything is.
But, like, you
there's
have to-
exceptions to everything.
Here's the thing with a single. Like, you have to get someone interested somehow in what you're trying to put out there. So, like, maybe putting out a song that's like, and it depends on the band too. Some bands are like, they put music out to test people, almost like, not test people, but like, you know, like, it's
See what people are going to cling on to.
not even that. No, I'm just saying, like, more just like Godspeed You Black Emperor. Like, they're not trying to put out a single. You know what I mean?
see-
You know
I
what I
see
mean?
what you're saying.
Like, they're
Yeah.
that music isn't like the easiest to listen to. It's something. It's like an acquired taste, or it's like maybe it's not even an acquired taste. It's just something that like majority of people won't be interested in. So like, they're not gonna try to find like, oh, what's the best song on the album to put out. It's like, no, just put the album out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then other bands are like, well, how do we get people interested in the album? Well, you put the song that's the most interesting and maybe quote unquote catchy,
Yeah.
that people would be interested in listening to the rest of the album, and
Yeah.
that's why singles exist.
There was, I can't remember what it was. It was some soundtrack for some movie where there was like a hit song and none of the other songs in the soundtrack anyone even cared about, but that was like number one on the Billboard
Yeah.
charts and beat everyone out, that just because they had a lot of streams on Spotify,
Yeah.
like hundreds of millions of streams or something. Anyways,
There we go.
one of you guys can say what you're into.
Caleb.
Saw Moonlight. Loved it. It's really good.
Oh, that was a movie.
Yeah. It's a movie.
It was nominated for a lot of awards.
Yeah.
That's
it
all I
is.
know about it.
Yep. It's probably right up there behind Arrival for me.
Whoa.
It's real close. Loved it. Awesome. Been listening to Grails a lot lately. Again, they have a new album coming out. I mean, it's been in the process of coming out for a while, but it's coming out soonish. I don't know when, but those singles are actually really good, and I'm pumped on the album. So there's exceptions to everything. But yeah, Grails, Moonlight, and there's something else I wanted to mention, but I forgot. So what do you got, Rich?
Me and Caleb have been playing this game a lot, Mini Metro, on the iPad.
So
It's on iPhone too.
So good.
Very relaxing game. You basically just build out railways for subways or trains or whatever you want to call them. And you just try to get people to where they want to go. Or not even people, objects, squares and
Shapes.
triangles and circles. It's like $5 on the App Store or something. Great game. Totally relaxing. You can like... It's a great game to like, you're watching TV and you just want to throw on a little game while you're playing. Very cool.
Yeah.
And it's great for the iPad because it works better on a bigger screen. But you can play it on your iPhone too.
Yep.
And then I'm going to do a podcast. This is Due by Friday, it's called. It's not really about...
That name stresses me out.
Yeah, they challenge each
too.
other.
They
They challenge each other to do things once a week, but I feel like the podcast is kind of going into its own direction because it's the people on there are meshing very well. I gotta get this straight. I haven't listened to every episode, but I kind of caught on in the last few episodes. I think I've listened to like 3 or 4. But it's the guy who, one of the creators of Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's funny. So
on one episode, they'll say they need to do something by Friday.
yeah, so one of them was don't use Twitter all week. You can't respond. You can't look at. You can look at it, but you can't. They all
Easy.
Done. Tweet a lot. Yeah,
Me too.
I don't tweet very much, but enough that I'm relatively engaged, and you should follow me. But one of them was, I think this week's. I don't think the episode actually come out yet, but they're to run this app called Rescue Time on your computer and see how much work you actually do on your computer. It like records like how much time you spend using certain applications.
Wow.
So it's kind of interesting.
That seems cool.
Yeah,
Are you sure it's called that? I'm trying to find it here.
it's DO.
That sucks.
I don't know why, but they do a lot of political talk on there.
Need to do something by Friday.
Yeah,
But
yeah. They do a lot of political talk on there. There's this guy named Merlin Mann on the show too.
Marilyn Manson?
No, Merlin Mann.
I didn't know Marilyn Manson did podcasts.
No,
That's
no,
cool.
no, no.
Yeah,
no.
I'm downloading this now.
He's big in like the tech community because he's done like a bunch of stuff. But he's pretty interesting.
Ribcage surgery.
Oh, here we go. No. That's how I found out about the show. But he's an interesting guy. He definitely comes from like a punk like indie background sort of thing because he always talks about bands that like
you know.
yeah, he's like, oh, he talks about Neutral Milk Hotel and he's talked about Black Flag. You know, like just like bands, you're like, oh yeah, this guy he's on the level. He knows what's up.
Cool.
Isn't it crazy that a stranger on a podcast could one time mention Black Flag and we're like, yo, this guy's down.
Yo, how interesting is it that like Black Flag is probably one of the most known like hardcore punk bands, but if anyone mentions Black Flag, you're like, all right, this.
Oh,
like,
it's totally. It's 100% true. 100%.
Yeah,
you're right.
but
You feel connected with the person.
That's funny.
Any fucking schmo can be like, oh, Black Flag, yeah, I got the bars, yeah, it's cool. But like you buy it for some reason with Black Frag. Black Flag.
I could be like, this guy's a total douchebag. Like I fuck this guy. Oh, he listens to Minor Threat. Okay.
Yeah, like he.
Yeah, I get
gets
what
it.
he's saying. I get what he's saying.
He's misunderstood.
Yeah, I do it all the time, and
Yeah.
you feel like a connection to this person. Like if you saw him like down the street, like walking down the street, like, dude, I actually listen to Black Flag too. So
Yeah, it's like you and everyone else.
it's like only very few people actually listen to Neutral Milk Hotel. So but you do as well. So we understand each other.
Yeah, but yeah,
I do it all the time.
me too.
What about the guy at the roller skating rink?
Oh yeah.
I went roller skating the other day.
Mark, why didn't you talk about this earlier?
So did I.
Caleb went roller skating.
Oh my god!
I didn't
In
even
Beverly
think
Is
of
there
Hills.
it.
any video?
We're doing the
Yeah,
we're
there
doing
is
a-
actually.
We're doing an office field trip to the Beverly. It's
Can
really
you send
close.
me the video of you roller skating?
I took one of Caleb.
All right, send it to me. I'm gonna put it in the show notes.
Oh,
I was
God.
wearing a Youth of Today long sleeve, like I do. And this guy, his name is Eddie. I wonder if he's going to listen to this. Probably not. I don't know. But anyways, he like skated up. He's so good. These people there are so fucking good. They're crisscrossing, doing the move. They're so. I'm like ready to fall at every turn.
whole different like types
World.
of people.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
But this guy was like, he was like, "Oh, your shirt's awesome." And he's telling me how he saw Youth of Today in Buffalo in like '89 or something, and it was awesome. And I was like, "Yeah, I saw them like last year in Philadelphia. They were like a lot older." And he was like, "Whoa, they're still playing!" Like, "Whoa, crazy!" And that's it. That was pretty much what I'm just saying. It happened
great.
to me recently.
It's
yeah.
nice having that connection.
Yeah,
like
he's a
with
really
somebody.
nice guy. Yeah,
Youth of Today probably a little less known, so
Sure.
it's cooler, but still
Yeah.
same thing. Like as